This is another 4-star Transistor robot. This one's called Rescue Squad, again, 1984. This one is a really nice vehicle mode. I bought this one loose, and I was really impressed that the little bits here are not broken off, and nor are the railings on the side. These toys are notoriously fragile. So the fact that this one is, again, loose and intact, pretty cool. They're not particularly valuable toys. You can get them on the card for about $50, which is fine. You know, they look as good on the card as they do when you transform them. But this is something about having these things in person is really cool. So here is the vehicle mode. There is some metal underneath, plastic wheels, rolls pretty nice. These things are notoriously fragile. These little things do turn, the little hose, and I don't know, maybe it's a pump handle or something. But the fact that like all of this is intact and this was loose was pretty impressive. You can also see some good stress wear on the pegs for the legs here. So again, really brittle plastic, not particularly valuable, but rare, I would say. Just not a lot of people have an appreciation for this dumb shit that I do, but if you're watching, maybe you do. All right, so you want to see some transformation, huh? I don't blame you. Let's take a look. So this one is a little bit of a nail biter in that just some of the stuff is really fragile and tight. That's the thing. Fragile is one thing, but when you combine it with really tight joints, it gets very nerve-wracking. As you've seen in other videos of mine, I have a tendency to break those things. So these come out, and you can see these little fists. And these are also, Jesus, very tight. So again, please be careful. It's not for the faint of heart. Okay, excellent. Now the legs just come down like so. And that's, you know, they don't kind of come out much. There's no, well, there is a little bit of give, and I'll explain that in a minute. But essentially you can see like kind of, this will come down, and when this is down, there's maybe a little room for these to come out, but not a lot. All right, and then the last bit is the little pop-up head, which you need a good fingernail to get up. There we go. There he is, Rescue Squad. It looks pretty good, actually. Like nice proportions and all that. Got a little peg here on the back. I know, 4-Star had a combiner called, I think it was called Mr. Hard Hat. I don't think he is a part of that combiner, but now that I see this peg here, and I also see like a little notch here, maybe he is. Maybe I will investigate that. It'd be cool if all these were part of some kind of really ugly combiner, which is probably the case. But I like it, and I like the metal in there. It's nice and cool to the touch. I wish that these kind of had, the legs separated a little bit somehow. It looks like they want to, but I'm not forcing it with these things. It could be that, so 4-Star also made a combiner called Mr. Hard Hat, and then later on they had some of these toys in another combiner called Racetron. Racetron didn't have a truck like this, but Mr. Hard Hat had like a dump truck maybe, so it's possible that this was maybe retooled from one of the molds from Mr. Hard Hat, and that's why the peg is there. Could have been planned for an accessory that never existed. Who knows? If you have some information, please leave it in the comments. But, I like this sort of stuff. It's cheap, it's weird, it's folksy, it reminds me of my childhood when, I couldn't afford all the expensive Transformers that were at, Child World or Toys R Us or whatever. And these were, Kmart or something like that. And they were cheap. So I would end up with more of these than I would like real Transformers, which some of you may have also had that experience. I'm 50 years old now, so that was a long time ago. But I still have good memories of it. It was a simpler time when we were just kind of happy with what was there. And, now we're old and spoiled for choice, and we tend to overlook these things for the fancy 9 million points of articulation, etc. Well, this is where I'm at right now, I guess. But who knows where I'll be tomorrow. But I wanted to show it to you and say, hey, come out of my cave a little bit. And yeah, it's Transformers for you. There's a whole gamut of wide variety for whatever your interest is. All right, so Josh from CollectionDX. See you next time.